Trust me, after everything that is going on at the World Cup, Cody Gakpo has gone ahead to convince the United board to see to it that they sign him in the January transfer window and break the bank, because he is the #1 target for Eriksen Hannibal this summer. Welcome to United Matters channel. Guys, good evening. And where you're watching us from, the World Cup is really taking a different shape altogether. France was beaten by Tunisia, though Tunisia never really had a chance to go out and qualify to the next round of the World Cup. And obviously, Australia have joined them at 6 points in the second position to join a team which goes by the names of France. And obviously, it looks like Argentina is going to play a team which goes by the names of Australia. And obviously, a team which goes by the names of France is going to play Mexico, according to me, as things stand. Then tomorrow is another huge day, and obviously another United player has progressed to the round of 16. That is a player who goes by the names of Rafael Varane. The other one is Lisandro Martinez, who is representing Argentina. Today he has not played because the fan hit him bad in the game they played against a team which goes by the names of Mexico, where he played 90 minutes but won 2-0, and he is down with some unusual sickness. So people were saying that he has been dropped, not because he has been dropped by the manager on merit. It's because this player in the names of Lisandro Martinez really got something bad as a sickness because of the ACs that are really being used in Qatar. Even Anthony said that the AC is really doing him bad while down in Qatar, but we believe that everything is going to come on and really get these players back to full fitness, because we expect Anthony to start in the last game of Brazil, where they're going to be playing another team that has to go on and be Cameroon, another African team. So let's get into this story, as I have just landed on it, and it has a very long thread on it, getting us back to yesterday, a story that we never did about Eriksen Hannibal and Cody Gakpo. Now, news coming in show us that Eriksen Hannibal has resumed direct contact with Cody Gakpo. Ten Hag is insisting on signing Cody Gakpo and is pressing the United board to get him. Now, we are going back to the same old song of the people who are naive at football going ahead to make our manager lean and convince them on which player he should sign. On the other hand, it's okay, if at all, it's okay to having an argument between the board and the manager. But the big question is, does the board have the credentials to go on and argue on with Eriksen Hannibal to see to it that he convinces them to go on and bring a player? Because most of them are green at what recruiting players are, and with what Ten Hag has used his players for at Manchester United that are signed, that would have been evident that he brought in players that are really working out like magic at Manchester United. Lisandro Martinez, superb. Malacia, superb. Eriksen, out of this world. Anthony, very good. And Casemiro, the best signing that he has brought in at Manchester United, because that's what we've been missing for a very, very long time. Now, I'm asking myself, why is he insisting or pressing the board to bring in a player, yet they know that Ronaldo left and they have to go on and sign another player? That's my big question. And why would they put Eriksen Hannibal in such a situation? Because all the players that has brought in Manchester United have fit into his system like a glove, and they've gone ahead to work very, very well like a charm. So I believe the board of United needs to go on and recruit people who know football, because people who know football are really great. And that's what Ten Hag is telling them, that if we want to go on and really get in these signings, we should bring them early enough, not late in the transfer window. Let's get them early enough and let's see what's going to happen. Now, we've been told again by Matteo Moretto that Manchester United have decided whether to please Eriksen Hannibal. Manchester United have to decide whether to please Eriksen Hannibal and spend big on Cody Gakpo in January, or bring in a patch for Cristiano Ronaldo with a 6-month loan signing before going for Gakpo in the summer. This is where you look at the board and ask yourself, what are you at? What are your targets? You've brought in these patch-like signings and they've not worked out at Manchester United. Why should they go at these patch signings? You brought in Odion Ighalo, Edson Cavani, Which other player? The other player was oh my god. The other player was Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We've always been going in for these signings, but I believe those are short-term signings, and I believe every manager that makes a short patch signing should be chasing a title, and like knowing that if at all I add on this player is going to go on and really make it wonders for my team. Look at Man City. The reason as to why they wanted Cristiano Ronaldo was simple, because Ronaldo was going to come out and really play for them like 1 or 2 years, score those goals they needed to win the Champions League. That's the main reason that's why they really went in for him. And if at all, and when he crossed to Manchester United, they said, all right, let's not go on and fidget or hurry up. Let's go on and wait for Haaland. And they signed Haaland in March, and everything came to our understanding that Haaland is going to join Man City in March. That's what credible boards do. They bring in players early enough when the manager really makes a request. Now, with what Ten Hag has gone ahead to do on for the club, why would the board go ahead and really say that Ten Hag has to please them? No way to please them, because it's the player he wants. Get him the player he wants. And these are the same things they did to like so Jose Mourinho when he wanted the Harry Maguires of this world and very many other players like the Perisic's of this world. They told him, we're not going to bring them for you. Then they go out and blame the manager. Although I never wanted Mourinho to come in at Manchester United, even his appointment after the sacking of Louis van Gaal, I got annoyed because I never saw something that's going to add to the club, because I've never seen him in history improving a single player. So I believe that the board needs to change and really give Ten Hag what he wants. And obviously, Fabrizio Romano went ahead to let us know that United are working hard to sign Cody Gakpo. Also, Liverpool have sent scouts to watch him, and Real Madrid have monitored him multiple times. For Madrid, I'm not afraid, but for Liverpool, I'm afraid, because Liverpool has the money. They are desperate to see to it that they really get back to where they're supposed to be, and they can go in and spend those 50 million euros or 60 million euros on Cody Gakpo in January. And that would be very bad for a player like Cody Gakpo to join a team which goes by the names of Liverpool, yet we are there and trying to go on and do the needful. And this shows you that the board is telling Ten Hag that convince us that this boy is really quite the level that we want. And you know, there's always been crashing between the board and Erik Ten Hag, because when Ten Hag came in here, there was a list of players that was given to him. Richarlison, Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, Ruben Neves, which other player? Is it Cucurella? There are close to 7 players that they were scouted, that had been scouted by the board of Manchester United, and they have been keeping tabs on, already talked to their agents and everything, and so on and so on and so forth. So what really resulted into that was Ten Hag saying, I don't want any of those players on your list. Get me these players. And obviously, all of the players that's brought in have not disappointed him. They've gone ahead to act well, and that's why we are in the 5th position. If at all we win our game in hand, we are going to go on and do the needful. But ladies and gentlemen, allow me let you know that Scott Sanders and Grammy Bailey have confirmed to us that Cody Gakpo's performance at the World Cup has helped convince Manchester United's hierarchy that he's ready for a transfer to the Premier League. Can you imagine? This board is sick. This board is sick, and it's making us sick also. You see, the eye test of Cody Gakpo had already been passed. He had already passed the eye test. You see, very many people have come out and criticized Eredivisie players. Do you know why? They've been signed by different managers. But this is a manager who has been the Eredivisie. He knows what to do to get these players to the levels he wants them to be performing at. Now, the problem Eredivisie players have been facing is, who signs you? That's it. Can he really give you ample time? Can he really get you in his structure? Do you fit the structure? You know, certain teams just go out to buy anyhowly, to convince their fans that, oh, we are into the market. We failed a team like United to go on and bring in Cody Gakpo. You see? That's what they do. But competent teams will go in for players that the manager believes will really complement his playing system and structure at the club. So right now, Cody Gakpo has gone ahead to do himself the needful, because he missed out by a whisker to joining Manchester United in the summer. And the reason was they couldn't go ahead and really raise money after spending £85 million on a player who goes by the names of Anthony. So right now, United have every right to go on and really bring Cody Gakpo because everything is done. They're having a very good relationship with Erik Ten Hag. Ten Hag is talking to the player and United is willing to go on and spend. And the other reason as to why United has to go on and spend is that if they're going to sell this club, they need to be in the 4 places of the Champions League to get in the money that they want. That can be used as a bargaining tool in the negotiations of taking over Manchester United. That you see, you're going to take over a team that is the Champions League. Champions League means more money. We have Cody Gakpo. Ronaldo has left. We brought in Cody Gakpo. You've seen him at the World Cup, shining. And everyone who is going to buy Manchester United, trust me, he should be watching the World Cup now and he should be knowing what is happening at the World Cup. Because coming in to buy a club that plays football, you must be a person who really loves football too, not so? So this person will always know that Cody Gakpo is one of the best and can be used as a negotiating tool to get the Glazers the monies they want in the club. So to me, convincing is really okay. Gakpo 3 goals in 3 appearances, and I believe in the quarterfinal they're going to play against, in the round of 16 they're going to play against USA. He's also going to be the score sheet. I believe he's going to be on the score sheet because he is really clinical. This boy has not been getting very many chances. Netherlands of this turn at the World Cup has not gone ahead to score very many goals. That's it. Let no one lie to you. They've not been scoring very many goals for fun, not creating very many chances, but every chance this guy has really gotten, and none of those chances has been a clear-cut chance. All of those chances have been half chances. You get? The first one, he risked to go into the area of Eduardo Mendy and he brushed that ball into the back of the net. The second one, he took the shot outside the 18-yard box area with his left foot. And the third one, he scored against Qatar. He took a shot, all called that ball, into the back of the net outside the 18-yard box area. So it shows you that if at all you put him to the line and create chances for him, obviously he will go ahead and really destroy your opponents. And that is what we did at Manchester United. His movement is proven and Cody Gakpo is here coming to Manchester United, and we can't wait to see to it that everything has been done and dusted, the amount of money to be agreed on, to see to it that this player that we've longingly waiting for after Ronaldo's departure is coming at Manchester United. Smash the like button. Let's see close to 200 likes onto this video. Now, Amad Diallo is a player that I never even thought that Ten Hag would go on and loan, but I got to know the reason as to why he loaned him. That if at all he left him at the club, the board would have told him that, please, you have Amad Diallo, don't bring in Anthony. I believe this is why he loaned Anthony, and so this is why he loaned in Amad, and Anthony was finally delivered at the club of Manchester United in the summer. So after all that, Manchester United are hopeful Amad can establish himself in the first team when he returns from his loan spell with Sunderland. Now, I don't know when he's going to return, but I believe it's not going to be January. January is really tricky, and I see no reason of him coming out and returning in January. Do you know why? He's having a very good spell at Sunderland. He's scoring goals, putting in assists, and sitting down players, and I believe he needs to work on his physicality when he's down at Sunderland to come out and really fit in. And this is something that Fletcher, the technical director, got wrong at the first time. Why would you loan this player to like Feyenoord? Like they wanted to go to Feyenoord, then he got an injury, then they loaned him to Rangers. I believe there are very many championship teams that would have wanted to use this guy, Amad Diallo, and because of the bad decisions made by the technical director, Amad Diallo went to a side which goes by names of Rangers, and he never benefited. However, much he scored on his debut, but the manager, by then, I think have they sacked him, that is Van Bronckhorst, said the player is good, but his physicality is lacking. So he had to go to the championship and play more games. He would have played close to 40 games last season in the championship, and obviously by the time Ten Hag would have come in through, he would have been fresh. And this affects very many players. This is what is affecting a player in the names of Donny van Beek. Having not played football that is competitive for close to 2 years keeps you off your grip. And it needs you to find yourself by playing more games. That's why you see Amad Diallo right now, after going to Sunderland, he's back in shape to a player that we thought he would be in the next future to come, because he's the player that we bought for the future, £45 million from Italy to this United side, meaning that Ten Hag might use this player, and obviously everything Amad is having, I believe he has a better skill set than Anthony. And I believe, however much people like Anthony, they won't like to hear this, but I'm being objective. Amad is good at taking off players more than Anthony. He acts well in small spaces or in tight spaces. He has a very good cross on him. He's a good finish of the ball. One thing that is lacking is all about his physicality. If he works on his physicality, obviously he's really going to become one of the players that is going to go on and compete with Anthony for that position of United on the right attacking side of the midfield. And obviously, when all that happens, we believe that magic will happen. If at all Alejandro Garnacho has come out and broken the starting 11 of Manchester United, why not Amad Diallo come out and break in to compete with Anthony? I believe that's okay. Now, after the World Cup, 2 players of United have been knocked out of the World Cup. Christian Eriksen and Hannibal are eliminated from the FIFA World Cup after the afternoon results. Christian Eriksen for Denmark, they've lost to Australia by 1-0, and obviously Tunisia has won France by 1-0, but because they lost to Australia, obviously it has come back to haunt them and they've gone down out of that. So for the very first time, I've seen African teams fight until the last day. Tunisia was fighting until the last day. Even Cameroon is going to fight until the last day. Ghana and Morocco, they are going to be doing the same until the last day. So they are out, but the good thing is that Hannibal is not going to return to Manchester United. He's going to Birmingham, and Birmingham is benefiting because they are starting to play, I think, on the weekend. The championship is resuming, not so. I think the championship is resuming and is returning to Birmingham. And for Christian Eriksen, good to see him back at Manchester United. Reason being, he has been that kind of player that we've been using, and obviously he's going to get some bit of rest. They're going to give him 7 resting days. And guess when he's returning? Today is 30th, meaning that on the 7th of December, he'll have to travel to join his teammates in Cadiz down in Spain to see to it that they resume training with the team of Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the red button that has the word subscribe, and after hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel, and that is United Matters channel. Your reactions are welcome. To Cody Gakpo convinces United board. All Eriksen Hannibal has now convinced the United board to sign Cody Gakpo. Then Amad Diallo rejoining Manchester United from loan. Is that recall going to be made? What are your reactions? Do you want it to be made or not made? Then lastly, what are your thoughts onto the 2 players of United being knocked out of the World Cup, and we still have more yet to go in the World Cup? The likes of Tyrell Malacia, there is Rafael Varane, there is Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Freddy, and Anthony. We have Pelestri. For him, I believe if they don't beat Ghana, he's also going to join the squad very soon, and that's going to be an advantage for him. I'll tell you why afterwards when that game is done or when he's out. The other player, Rashford, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, that's the other set of players for Manchester United, and many more that I've not gone ahead to mention, but you know them very well. Sign out for now. Second video of the day. More is yet to come. I think we're left with one video. I think in the next 2 hours it's going to be up on this channel, and obviously guys, feel free to come out and really let me know what your thoughts are. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. Thank you for keeping us that #1 channel of the source of the news in Africa, and I believe you're the biggest African channel that does United content. Now, after that, get us known of what you need United to sign. Is it Cody Gakpo, all a patch to come out and really fill up that position of Ronaldo for the next 6 months, and obviously not getting a player like Cody Gakpo. I'm out.